How's it going, guys and girls? I'm Rockscar12, bringing you a Halo Reach commentary. So what I want to start this commentary off with is sniping. Now, some people just want to get better at it, and some people need the basics. So at the very beginning of a Team Snipers game, or any thing that includes sniping, it could be Team Slayer, if you get grab sniper early, then you want to get in position. Now, this can be used for anti-rushing and rushing. As you can see here, my opponents rushed, and I was kind of rushing my shots there. So what I should have done was take my time like I'm doing right here, but it was too late, and I got sniped by another person. And that was mostly because I had a thing called tunnel vision. Now, tunnel vision is kind of self-explanatory, but that's when you are looking at one thing. You have all your focus and energy or chi in that one specific thing, and that is really bad because you lose track of anyone else like that other person, and those guys made a mistake by not moving. Now, what they were doing most likely was looking at the position that I was just at, the caves. They were probably thinking that I was going to go back, but I didn't. So, and they didn't move, which was probably their biggest problem. If they would probably move to a different spot, then, it would have been much more difficult finding them and sniping them, but they didn't. And so, most of the time, if you're on blue team and you're facing red team on Hemorrhage, they're going to go to the cliffs or the back side of the map, and that's very common. So, you always want to look there. Also, you see they're at caves right here, and like I said, you can hide behind that little rock right there that he was hiding on before. I do a kind of stupid move here, charging out. I see the guy's head pop up, but I end up getting sniped from the back side of the map. As you saw earlier, one of my teammates ended up quitting, and that's fine. If you have to quit early, I would advise telling your teammates, yo guys, I had to quit. I'm sorry, whatever. And that'll just give them a heads up, because that's one less person helping you take control of the map. Now, I was trying to save my teammate there, but didn't successfully do it. Missed the headshot, but I ended up cleaning the kill up, which is good. And what they were doing that was a really smart move was they had one person on a mongoose, and then they had another person in behind the mongoose, sniping anyone who was sniping at the mongoose. So while all your attention is focused on this mongoose, it gives the person behind them the time to easily set up a headshot, or at least a body shot. So you have to be really aware of that type of stuff. As you can see, I get taken down again. But this is early game, and we only have 3 people, so that's less people taking the fire and helping set up. As you can see here, throughout the game, I'm going to be coming back to this location, which is the cave and that little ledge that I like to go to. And I do that because I get a really nice view of the middle of the map, as well as the cave and rock parts of the map. And other than that, you can see the cliff good, but I wouldn't heavily advise it. This position right here is better for sniping a person at the cliff, and especially at rocks. But here you see I get sniped at, and I get a nice headshot across the map. So most of the time you don't want to take those risks. You really just want to run away. That's the safest thing, especially if you don't want to die. It's just not what you want to do. It benefits your team far more if you just run away. And if you get the lucky pot shot, then good job. But you can see my team is now rushing. This was a smart move, but unfortunately I did not see that red person coming from behind me, so I ended up getting taken down here, and that makes our team a bit more separated. But I know where the guy is. I know where nearly all their teammates are. But this guy rushes our base again. He's been doing it for the past few times, but I end up cleaning him up with the pistol. And some of you may think, using a pistol is bad, it's not good, you shouldn't use it, and I'm fine with that. I actually prefer game types that you don't use the pistol, but if you do have the pistol available, I do highly recommend you use it because it's there, it's meant to be used. So in maps like Hemorrhage, definitely in close quarters, pistol would be a smart choice. You see me here sniping this guy, and it's really interesting what happens. I end up shooting the guy, and then about 3 seconds later, I somehow get the kill. That highly confuses me, but I'll take what I can get. And guy ends up taking out that guy, allowing me to get to my likely position in the cave, looking at cliff where they'll probably be spawning. But then I see this guy right here, try to shoot him, and then down below I see that guy jumping, and I try to actually get the headshot on him because I have a more likely chance of getting the headshot than getting another body shot because the guy was going behind the tree in cover. So that was the smart move, and I go back there, and as you can see, I fall down a few times on that one spot, and you just want to jump, and that's just kind of the thing that you have to be aware of. You have to be aware of how close you are to the edge. So, and right here I get rushed by 2 people. I back away because if you're facing 2 people, they're gonna end up having 2 shots on your 1 shot. So even if you take down 1 person, the other person will be able to easily clean you up, take that guy out, rush my shots there because I'm getting shot out with a pistol, but my teammate takes him down. And I keep coming back here because sometimes they spawn at the cliff or behind the cliff, and you really want to go there for purposes that you can maybe spawn kill, get an overkill, triple kill. And it's always a good feeling when you do get a triple kill, overkill. Like I said, be steady with your shots. Right here, I was kind of excited. I didn't expect that guy to be there, so I was shooting all over the place. But luckily, I got a body shot and I was able to beat him down. So, and then I think right here is when I get this triple kill. I mean, once I got this, it was kind of like the closing deal on me putting it on YouTube. I'm not saying triple kill is special or anything. It's just I'm saying it's hard because there's only 4 people. So if you're lucky enough to be able to do that, good job. Like I said, they did spawn back there, and I ended up getting that kill, but I get taken down by this guy who, probably should have ran instead of jumped, but it's perfectly fine. And as you can see, if you're on blue team, you're going to be either spawning on this side, which is the right side, or the side that I usually spawn on near the other side of the base, which will be left side. And if you're on right side, you want to look at the cave, which I'm looking at right now, and the middle of the map near that ridge. And if you spawn on the left side, you definitely want to look at the cliff and the rocks. And you do this so you can control most of the map, and it just helps a lot if you do that because that's where most people will be. And see, if I was back there, if I just spawned, I'd be able to look at them and hopefully snipe them. And as you can see, 2 players were back there, and they have us caught up with this guy with the mongoose, but thankfully my teammate had a really great shot right there and took him out. So thank you for that. And I get sniped again from that one guy, and I know they're going to be up there, so I keep looking. And a really interesting technique that you can do is instead of moving your reticle, you can just move your body. I do that a few times if you watch closely how I just move my body instead of moving the reticule. But Other than that, the video is coming to a close, so I'm gonna in the future do walkthroughs, let's plays, AC Brotherhood, Skyrim, RPG games, stuff like that. So you have plenty of things to look forward to, and Skyrim comes out tomorrow, so I'm really pumped for that. I will definitely be doing plenty of commentaries, walkthroughs on that. But I like to play this game for fun. If you're not having fun with Halo Reach, then I'd recommend doing Action Sack, or I preferably like Rocket Race. It's really entertaining for me. But near the end, every death and kill counts, especially if it's a close game. So when it comes down to this, you have to be really passive. So you can see me constantly looking at the clip because I know, someone's gonna end up popping up. I see a sniper shot, someone gets taken down, so I look over there and I look back over cliff here. I see a head pop up and end up finishing the game. Once you're done watching the video, please come to my channel and rate, comment, and subscribe.